Hello students, in this session of chapter number 4, that is molecular basis of inheritance, we are going to learn the topic that is genetic code. In our previous session, we have learned the topic that is transcription. In transcription, we have learned how messenger RNA is produced on one of the DNA strand. So in this session, we are going to learn the topic that is genetic code. Now we will start the topic that is genetic code. Now you know that DNA is the genetic material in most of the living organisms, and DNA is present inside the cell, and DNA controls the activities of the cell. So DNA is a master molecule of a cell that guides, initiates means starts, guides, regulates and controls the process of protein synthesis. So to perform the function of protein synthesis, DNA must carry the requisite or required information for the synthesis of proteins. So this information should be located in the DNA itself. Then the site for storing this information lies or is present in the sequence of nucleotides, and on these nucleotides nitrogen bases are present. So the information for the process of protein synthesis is present on the sequences of nucleotides or nitrogen bases was first proved by two scientists, that is Yanovsky and Sarabhai, in the year 1964. So we have already seen the process of DNA replication and the process of transcription. So here in this diagram we see the process of DNA replication, that is during the process of cell division, DNA produces exact copies of itself with the help of an enzyme called as DNA polymerase, and the process is called as replication. So this newly formed DNA or double-stranded DNA is produced during the process of replication. Then from this DNA molecule, by the process of transcription in the presence of an enzyme called as RNA polymerase, single-stranded messenger RNA is produced. So DNA shows nitrogen bases or nucleotides, and on these nitrogen bases information is stored, and this information is then transferred to the newly produced messenger RNA in the form of a code language, and it is called as genetic code. Genetic code means sequence of three nitrogen bases on DNA or RNA is called as genetic code. Then this messenger RNA, with the help of ribosomal RNA and transfer RNA, carries the process of actual protein synthesis. It is called as translation. So during the process of protein synthesis, the amino acid molecules are linked with each other with the help of peptide bonds. Here we see the amino acid molecules linked with each other with the help of peptide bonds, and a protein is produced. So DNA stores information in the form of code. About 20 different types of amino acids are involved in the process of synthesis of proteins. So in all, in the cell of living organisms, there are 20 different types of amino acids, and by using these amino acids, different types of proteins are produced inside the cell. Then DNA molecule has four types of nitrogen bases to identify these 20 different types of amino acids. So here we see the double helical structure of DNA, and from one of the DNA strand RNA is produced. Here we see RNA, that is messenger RNA. So the information from DNA is copied on the messenger RNA, and both DNA as well as RNA contains four types of nitrogen bases. Now these four types of nitrogen bases are: in DNA adenine is present, then guanine, then cytosine and thymine. So these four types of nitrogen bases are found in the DNA molecule. Then in RNA we see adenine, guanine, cytosine, and instead of thymine, uracil is present in messenger RNA. So these four types of nitrogen bases are found on DNA and RNA. Then these four types of nitrogen bases are used to identify 20 different types of amino acid. So the question arises, how is it possible that 20 types of amino acids are encoded by four types of nitrogen bases? So a scientist called FHC Crick proposed that this information is stored in the form of coded language, or it is called as cryptogram. Means the information from DNA to messenger RNA is transferred in the form of code. It is also called as cryptogram or called as genetic code. So genetic code contains code words or codons, then each one specifying or representing specific amino acid. So group of nitrogen bases is called as genetic code, and this genetic code is specific to specific amino acid. So the information from DNA is transferred to messenger RNA in the form of code language or genetic code. That is, genetic code is a group of nitrogen bases present on DNA as well as RNA, and this information from DNA is transferred to RNA, and this genetic code corresponds each type of amino acid, and the information from DNA is passed to RNA that which type of protein is to be produced inside the cell. It was considered that a single nitrogen base in a codon, it is called as singlet codon, will encode for only four different types of amino acids. So here we see these are the nitrogen bases: adenine, cytosine, guanine and uracil. They will code only for four different types of amino acid. Then comes the doublet codon, means a combination of two nitrogen bases will specify only 16 different types of amino acids. So here if we see this chart, it is of doublet codon. That means these nitrogen bases will form only 16 codons. Here we can see total 16 codons are formed by the combination of two nitrogen bases, and then they will code or specify only 16 different types of amino acids. So a combination of three nitrogen bases, that is called as triplet codon, will specify 64 different types of amino acids. Here is the single strand of RNA, and these are the triplet codons. That is AUG is one codon or one genetic code. then AAG second, then third, and so on. So the combination of three nitrogen bases called as triplet codon will specify 64 different types of amino acids. Hence, the scientist, that is G. Gamow, in the year 1954 suggested that in a codon there must be combination of three consecutive nitrogen bases that will be sufficient to specify or to code 20 different types of amino acid. So Gamow suggested that the genetic code must be a combination of three nitrogen bases and they will code for 20 different types of amino acid. So there would be 64 different codons, or these are also called as code words in the dictionary of the genetic code, and that each code word has to be a triplet codon. Triplet codon means it is a sequence of three nitrogen bases which is copied from DNA to messenger RNA, but only there is one change, that is in messenger RNA thymine is absent and instead of thymine uracil is present. So such sequence of three nitrogen bases present on messenger RNA is called as triplet codon or genetic code. Then every three consecutive nucleotides in DNA will constitute a triplet codon. So the sequence of three nitrogen bases present on DNA as well as RNA constitute a genetic code, and from DNA information is transferred to newly produced messenger RNA. Then the genetic code is a triplet code was first evidenced by the scientist called as Crick in the year 1961 by using frame shift mutation. Now mutation means these are the changes occurring in the DNA. That means the sequence of nucleotides in the DNA is changed, and due to which the organism develop abnormal characters. So such changes in the sequences of the nucleotides in DNA is called as mutation. Now here we see the dictionary of genetic code. Now in the dictionary we see here that in this row there are first letters, then here second letters, and then the third letters which occur in the genetic codes. Then there are total 20 amino acids. Here we can see the list of 20 amino acids, and these 20 amino acids are coded by the genetic codes present on messenger RNA. Now in all there are total 64 genetic codes. Here we can see there are total 64 genetic codes, of which only 61 genetic code for 20 amino acids, while the remaining 3 are called as stop codon. Now here we see the first letter is U, then second is U, then third one is U, and it will produce a genetic code that is UUU. Then here first letter is U, then second letter is U, and the third letter is C. Genetic code produced is UUC. Then first letter is U, second U, and the third one is A. So genetic code will be UUA. Then U, here is U, then second letter is U, then third one is G. Genetic code produced is UUG. So in this way total 64 genetic codes are found, and of which only 61 genetic code for specific amino acid and they are called as sense codon, while the remaining three, that is UAA, UAG and UGA, are called as stop codons or termination codons. It means here we can see a single messenger RNA strand. Here is the C5 end of the strand and here is the C3 end of the messenger RNA. So at C5 end, the genetic code, that is AUG, starts the process of protein synthesis. Here we can see the genetic code, that is AUG, and it starts the process of protein synthesis and codes for amino acid, that is MET. It is the short form. MET means methionine amino acid. So at the C3 end, a stop codon or termination codon is present, which may be UAG, UAA or UGA. So in this way, messenger RNA shows start codon, that is AUG, which starts the process of protein synthesis, and where the process end is called as stop codon or termination codon, and it may be three different types. So in all, in living organisms, total there are 64 genetic codes, and out of which 61 genetic codes code for amino acid and 3 are called as stop codon. So genetic code consists of sequence of 3 nucleotides or 3 nitrogen bases. Hence it is called as triplet codon or genetic code. And this genetic code is transferred or it is copied by messenger RNA from DNA. But only the change is that in messenger RNA, thymine is replaced by uracil. So here we have seen the dictionary of genetic code. M. Nirenberg and Matthew were able to synthesize artificial messenger RNA which contained only one type of nitrogen base, that is uracil, and it is called as homopolymer. Now here in this diagram we see that the two scientists M. Nirenberg and Matthew produced artificial mRNA, that is messenger RNA, from DNA, and it contained only nitrogen base, that is uracil. Here we can see all the nitrogen bases are uracil, and the sequence of 3 nitrogen base, that is 1, 2 and 3. So this sequence of 3 nitrogen base on messenger RNA is called as genetic code, and the messenger RNA is called as homopolymer as it contains all the monomers, that is uracil. They are of same kind, hence it is called as homopolymer, or the messenger RNA is called as homopolymer. So after the formation of this messenger RNA, which contained only uracil nitrogen base, the process of translation, that is the process of actual protein synthesis, occurred. And as here we can see that the genetic code consisting of UUU codes for amino acid, that is phenylalanine. So as uracil nitrogen bases were present on the messenger RNA, all amino acid molecules which were brought were phenylalanine, and they were joined to each other with the help of peptide bond to form a polypeptide chain. So this explains that the UUU codes for phenylalanine. So in this way, these two scientists, M. Nirenberg and Matthew, carried an experiment by producing artificial messenger RNA. Another experiment to prove that genetic code is specific to specific amino acid, a scientist called as Dr. Hargobind Khurana carried an experiment. He artificially synthesized messenger RNA with repeated sequences of known nucleotides. So, Dr. Hargobind Khurana produced an artificial messenger RNA having a repeated sequence of nucleotides. These were CUC, UCU, then CUC, UCU. So, he artificially produced messenger RNA. Here in this diagram we can see that he artificially produced messenger RNA having repeated sequences of nucleotides. Then this resulted in the formation of polypeptide chain having two different amino acids placed alternately, that is leucine and serine. So here we can see that Dr. Hargobind Khurana artificially produced messenger RNA with the genetic code, that is CUC, then UCU, then CUC, and again UCU. So these genetic codes were alternate to each other. Then we have seen that the genetic code, that is CUC, codes for leucine amino acid. So here CVC, CUC, then due to this genetic code, the amino acid leucine was coded and then polypeptide chain was produced. So these amino acids were alternately found in the polypeptide chain. So here we see CUC, then UCU. Here we can see that UCU codes for serine. So it coded for amino acid serine. Then again CUC for leucine, then UCU for serine. So the polypeptide chain having amino acid molecules, that is if one was leucine, then another was serine, then again leucine, then again serine. So alternately the amino acid molecules were joined with each other with the help of peptide bond, and leucine and serine were found in the polypeptide chain. Similarly, he also carried an experiment by using polynucleotide chain of messenger RNA with three nitrogen bases repeats like CUA, then CUA, CUA. Here we see that CUA genetic code codes for leucine amino acid. So when they produced the messenger RNA with only one type of genetic code, that is CUA, all the amino acids coded were leucine and a polypeptide chain containing only leucine amino acid was produced. So from these two experiments, the conclusion is that each genetic code is specific to specific amino acid. So we have seen there are total 64 genetic codes, of which 3 are stop codon, and 61 genetic code for 20 amino acid. That means more than 2 genetic code for amino acids. During the process of replication and transcription, a nucleic acid is copied to form another nucleic acid. Now here we see that the replication of DNA occurs. It means that from DNA molecule. Another DNA molecules are produced by the process of replication. We have seen the detailed process of DNA replication. In DNA replication, from a single DNA molecule, two daughter DNA molecules are produced, and the process is called as DNA replication. This process occurs in presence of enzyme called as DNA polymerase. Then the DNA molecule carries the process of transcription. That means from one of the DNA strand, a new strand of messenger RNA is produced in presence of enzyme RNA polymerase, and the process is called as transcription. So the nucleic acid, that is DNA, produce messenger RNA, and the information is copied on the messenger RNA. So these two processes, that is DNA replication and transcription, are based on the complementarity principle. That means replication and transcription, the nucleic acid is copied during this process, that is DNA replication and transcription. A nucleic acid is copied to form another type of nucleic acid. Then during translation, now translation means here we can see that this messenger RNA along with transfer RNA and ribosomal RNA carries the process of translation. Translation means formation of a polypeptide chain or protein. So, during translation, genetic information is transferred from a polymer of nucleotides to a polymer of amino acids. So, messenger RNA is a polymer of nucleotides, and this information, that is similarly DNA is also polymer of nucleotide. So DNA passes message to messenger RNA, and then this messenger RNA transfers the message to the polymer of amino acid, that which type of protein is to be produced. So during translation, genetic information is transferred from polymer of nucleotides to the polymer of amino acids. Means these amino acids are linked with each other with the help of a peptide bond, and a polypeptide chain or polymer is produced. But the translation process is not complementary process. Why it is not called as complementary process? Because the process that is translation occurs, that means the code, that is genetic code or the information is passed from messenger RNA in the form of code language. Now this code language is translated or transferred, that which type of protein is to be produced. So this clearly explains that genetic code directs the sequence of amino acids during the process of protein synthesis. So in protein synthesis, the DNA produces messenger RNA. It is called as transcription. So transcription is the first step in the process of protein synthesis. And then the second step in the process of protein synthesis is translation, that is production of actual protein or a polypeptide chain. So in this session, we have learned the details regarding the genetic code. Now the remaining topics we will learn in our next sessions.